right behind. He's really closing up.
He's really closing up. This is very dramatic. Bobby probably...
Dale Bobby quickly becoming a factor on the last lap of this race. Michael needs to get past him. He gets past him, but it held him up so long that Emerson Fittipaldi is right there. Will he get past Bobby? Bobby continues to run his line. Emmo looks for room.
Bobby all of a sudden becomes a big thing in this race when he gets in between those two.
Have the drivers even seen in this bad condition the white flag? There you see Bobby dropping back. Emerson, a clear shot now at Michael Andretti.
It will be a desperate effort for Fittipaldi. Mario Andretti runs in third place right now. So both the Andrettis could end up on the podium. But Dale Bobby's doing everything he can to catch the leader of the race.
Fittipaldi second last year, first the year before. Michael Andretti out of luck here twice in a row in previous races.
Emmo's trying as hard as he could ever try. He can't see too good.
Into the final corners now. Michael Andretti, the Renard, the Ganassi Racing Team. So much history being made here in this run, the first race of the PPG IndyCar World Series. The final corner. Now the checkered flag goes to Michael Andretti, who takes the victory here in Surfers Paradise, followed by Emerson Fittipaldi. And you can see the flash from all the different cameras throughout the stands here as they record Mario Andretti coming across the line in third, Jimmy Vasser fourth, and Stefan Johansson comes across in fifth. Emerson Fittipaldi on the final lap of the run. Al Unser Jr., no chance whatsoever. I'm sure were we able to talk to him, he would tell you that his Marlboro Penske was incredible and the Elmore engine worked great. It's the job that it's doing now and has done all day. As Emerson Fittipaldi screams for the checker, Nigel Mansell moves to the inside, but he's still a lap behind the lead, and Al Unser Jr. will come across the line in second place. As they come toward the flags, with just one more lap to go after he flashes down the front straight here, it's Unser Jr., Mansell, Gordon, Boisel, Mario, and then Michael Andretti, then Mauricio Gugelmin as we start the final lap.
Well, how about that stat you revealed at the beginning of the show, that for the last 3 years, the man who started second went on to win. This could be the fourth consecutive year for that.
And everybody will battle for second next year. How do you figure that one out? You're trying to qualify for the pole. I want only be 1,000 slower than the pole.
Just take the life or the feelings that little Al is leading right now, knowing how bad he really wants to win for the Rupture Penske team, worrying about the transmission and traffic. A cut tire could even lose the race for him right now.
He's in clear traffic, though, Bobby, with only a couple of turns to go. He could probably, if he can accelerate off the hairpin here, coast home.
Slide that far, Sam.
Al Unser Jr. about to reassert himself as the king of the beach as he takes the Penske car across the line and picks up the twin checkered flags. Al Unser Jr. is the winner in the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. Last pole winner, by the way, was Rick Mears in 1991. The last time car 31 started on the pole was 1919. If he wins it, it will be the first win ever by a car numbered 31.
We have a yellow. We have
got another yellow.
And Fox.
Now watch for little Al. Let's make sure he gets through clearly and there's no debris problem.
Remember, he has no radios. Penske cannot radio him on this, so he has to go by the yellow lights on the track.
Yeah, but don't forget now, it looks like this race will probably end under a yellow because I don't see him getting that cleaned up with just a couple laps to go, and he's going to be very conservative here.
History in the making. Car 31. That number scoring its first win, and Mercedes-Benz in its very first race in the IndyCars in modern times wins the Indianapolis 500 as a brand new engine. Al Unser Jr. takes his second Indianapolis 500 and his dad's crying. Same contestants, different engines. Back to the Elmore D engine for these two cars.
You can watch little Al when he started the race. He ran a groove that would be more or less what he thought was in front of him to disturb the air, so it'd make it a little bit harder on him. Then after he gets a little bit of distance like this, he goes back to what feels good to him or his normal groove.
And they indicate that the yellow flag comes out. There it is, and that is for rain. The twin checkered flags are going to be displayed to Al Unser Jr., the way he won the Indianapolis 500 a week ago. And here it is today. They've decided they could not get the track to dry conditions within the remaining 8 laps. And so, Al Unser Jr. has won 3 in a row. Last time anybody won 3 in a row. The white flag, 1 more lap to go, comes out for Paul Tracy. He runs alone, 12 seconds ahead of his teammate Emerson Fittipaldi. Bobby Unser, Little Al, those are some pretty critical points positions, sitting just in front of him, currently occupied by Gugelmin and Herta.
And, you know, however hard that he would charge right now would be determined by how much he thinks his front end is bent. We know the car is capable of doing it, but if he thinks he's got a problem, he can't brake hard, he can't take any chances. That's his problem.
So run safe rather than risk the car just to grab a couple of extra points there.
He's a smart young man. If he knows he's got a problem, and I know that Roger Penske would be telling him what he thought his opinion was of that same situation. Don't take a chance, don't bend it.
You can see the evidence of the contact with Little Al earlier. Every time we get a good look at the nose of Paul Tracy's car, that may be a scar that will come back to haunt him in future years. But for the moment, it gives him a potential victory with less than half a lap to go now on Belle Isle in Detroit. Final set of turns for Paul Tracy. So very close to Canada and many Canadians in this crowd. So he'll get a hearty reception as he comes down through the checkered flag. And there it is. The twin checkered flags come out. And Paul Tracy takes the win. Today will be the first time the Penske cars have won 5 races in a row. 100 laps are complete now. 101. The white flag. 1 more circuit to go for Al Unser Jr. as he closes on traffic. Fittipaldi sits just behind, looking for any opportunity that he can find. Little Al has to concern himself with traffic just ahead. But that traffic should be well aware of him. In the meantime, Gordon and Mansell.
Great fight. Great fight with Gordon and Mansell. Gordon smells the position. He's going to give it everything he has.
Little Al heading for the backside of the course now, coming around Marco Greco. Running alone.
And you see the room he gave him, moved all the way out round the high side, just in case Greco came in too deep into the apex.
Fittipaldi does not come around Greco. Al Unser Jr. in the final curves of this track that produced at one time the closest finish ever in IndyCar history. It'll be a little wider than that as Al Unser Jr. comes onto the straightaway, and the checkered flag comes out, and they make it 6 in a row for Roger Penske as Al Unser Jr. from the pole takes the win. Fittipaldi comes across the line just behind him. Paul Tracy will come across in 3rd place. Jim Swintow with the white flag. 1 more lap to go for Al Unser Jr.
And he's up right behind Villeneuve, who is almost to get lapped, but of course it won't make any difference at this point in the race.
So Al Unser Jr. from the pole to a win here if he can only complete this lap, and that seems so very certain at this point. In a marvelous season for Little Al.
Remember, this will make 5 out of 6 times that Al Unser Jr. has started from the pole and gone on to win the race.
You know, he's going to outdo his father's record here, Dad Big Al's record before too long, because he's winning an awful lot of races this year. He's already getting up with A.J. Foyt and my brother Al.
Al, your brother's one thing. He goes after your record. That's real trouble, right?
Terrible.
So Al Unser Jr. down the final long straightaway, looking at career win number 24 and the 5th of the year. A right, and then a left, and then a checkered flag lies in wait on the runways of the Burke Lakefront Airport. And Al Unser Jr. has taken his 5th win of the year and stretches his points lead in the IndyCar battle for the championship.
A little bit more than 1 lap to go now for Michael Andretti. There's the white flag, 1 lap to go. So Michael Andretti's in his last lap, needing to hold on for his 2nd IndyCar victory of the year. And his 4th in his last 5 starts on this particular race course.
And all the directors of the Reynard Racing Car Company from Bicester in England are here to watch Michael Andretti. Adrian Reynard is here, Rick Gorn is here, Malcolm Osler, the designer of the car, is here, and Paul Owens, who helps engineer Jimmy Vasser. He's also here. There's Mario, securely in 4th place.
7 of the 8 IndyCar races on the circuit coming in here had been won by Roger Penske-owned cars. The only variance, that season-opening win for Michael Andretti in Australia. So now Michael will become only the 2nd car to win a race this year other than a Penske car. Actually, it's the same car. He'll have won 2.
And Zampedri causes a local yellow, but it doesn't make any difference for Michael because he's on his way.
Checkered flag coming for Michael Andretti, and he's got it.
Back to Goodyear for this one event. And Scott Goodyear will have chills up and down his spine. He could never have imagined, as Leslie watches, that this type of success could have fallen his way today.
Under 30 seconds away from his second win, and a win at the Marlboro 500. His name on the Dana Trophy already once. Will it go again? Boy, it sure looks that way. The man who perseveres wins. A final couple of bottoming. Third turn, fourth turn. Scott Goodyear sees the twin checkered flags from Jim Swintal, and the Budweiser car with Scott Goodyear has taken the win in the Marlboro 500. He'll be followed to the line by Arie Luyendyk and Dominic Dobson.
Computers, of course, everywhere now in the business. IndyCar just did a deal with IBM. It's an electronic world of racing. Used to be a mechanical world. It's changing over to at least a partially electronic world. Al Unser Jr. has finished 8 of the 9 last races he has run at Mid-Ohio.
And he works now on the final lap. The white flag already given by Jim Swintal. And Al Unser Jr. came across the line 5.5 seconds ahead of Paul Tracy. But Paul Tracy at least has him in his sights at the moment. And Al Unser Jr. can't afford to lag too much behind the slower cars that sit ahead of him. Looking for Tracy. Tracy is still well back. Al Unser Jr. has to decide. Does he come around Parker Johnstone and Mark Smith, or does he just stay there?
The finish line is only 2 turns away from where he is right now, so he'll probably stay where he is.
Al Unser Jr. heading through the carousel now, out of the carousel, and for the checkered flag as Al Unser Jr. scores his 6th win of the season and the 25th win of his career. They cross the line. Al Unser Jr. in front. The white flag being given to all 3 at the top. Tracy in closing position. Fittipaldi in third, and he closes in. On the backstretch, the final lap of the run.
Too far behind for Tracy. He's too far behind to make a run.
Al Unser Jr. makes his final turn off the corner, and Al Unser Jr. picking up the lead in the last 5 laps, takes the 26th win of his career and the 7th of the year, and takes another jump in PPG points. Al Unser Jr. has taken the win at New Hampshire.
The doctors filled him full of bodily fluids just to try and get him ready for this race, and it's obviously worked.
The interval remains the same. Just over 2 seconds between first and second. Robbie Gordon runs alone now. Al Unser Jr. about to make it 8 victories in the season, matching Michael Andretti from 1991. But if he does it, he will only have taken 11 races to Michael Andretti's 13. Still not a championship, but so very close. He could wrap it up in our coverage here on ESPN next week at Road America, Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin.
Al Jr., who won here last year, won the inaugural event here back in 1990. So he knows what it's all about, but that's how close Robbie Gordon has come to winning an IndyCar race. He's, 2.5 or 3 seconds behind.
Only 2 names have ever appeared in the winner's point here in Vancouver. Al Unser Jr. has done it again. The other name would have been Michael. White flag comes out. Jacques Villeneuve on his way to victory. 2 key passing zones ahead. Will Al Unser Jr. try him? Al Unser Jr. may not. If he stays there, he has the championship anyway. But let's remember, little Al loves to race and loves most of all to win.
Great shots as they go away from our cameras. You can see both cars off the racetrack over those very dirty rumble strips. But Villeneuve hanging on. He may make history here. The Canadian newspapers may be full of this man tomorrow, but Junior is closer than ever.
2 incredible possibilities here, a championship and a first-time win for a very deserving young man and a team that has worked very hard all year. Another win in the column for the Reynards this year as well. Al Unser Jr. now really moving into where he has but one more chance, and that will come at Canada Corner.
And to satisfy Barry Green, he only has half a perfect lap to do. Look at Al Jr. He's further behind than he was before.
Al Unser Jr., maybe he's set in a position to try to get a little momentum as he runs down through the kink.
If he gets through the kink here, Villeneuve without trouble. Al Jr.'s too far behind. He gets too far behind unless Villeneuve throws this thing into the bushes.
One critical corner, a lot of careful braking here as Jacques Villeneuve makes that turn. The race could be his. The championship looks like it's Little Al's. They make the final set of turns. Coming up to turn 14. A championship and a first-time winner decided. As Jacques Villeneuve becomes the 212th driver since 1909 to win an IndyCar race, and Al Unser Jr. takes the championship for Penske Racing. Al wins his second championship, his first coming in 1990. And the celebrations will begin at both ends of the pits. Villeneuve pulls off the edge of the race course. Apparently, he stretched the fuel right to the end. White flag comes out. The final mile for Paul Tracy. Down the backside, Unser and Fittipaldi, neither one in contest as we're in the final lap now. Paul Tracy making that final turn in. And ahead, the checkered flag waits. Jens Winthal has it. And Paul Tracy has scored his first oval victory of his career. There's his mentor, Rick Mears. It was a master on the ovals, but still very competent on road courses as Fittipaldi and Unser Jr. with no fight. And Unser Jr. finishes second. Fittipaldi will come around in third. The white flag now comes out with one lap to go for Paul Tracy. Raoul Boisel and Villeneuve battling for second. Fittipaldi, Fabi, and Landijk to some degree in this battle, just up the hill behind them. But right now it is Teo Fabi trying his best to take fourth place away from Emerson Fittipaldi.
Oh, great fight. We've seen this at Laguna Seca so many times that it goes all the way down to the flag before this is decided. But Emerson, to our surprise, seems to have backed up a little bit since that last yellow flag situation.
Battles are spread out around the circuit now as Paul Tracy drives on the final lap. And this is the fight on the circuit. Teo Fabi inching closer to Emerson Fittipaldi. Paul Tracy on the climb up the hill now as we watch Fittipaldi and Fabi. Fabi looked to the inside. Fittipaldi makes his car just as wide as he can. No move there for Teo Fabi.
So Tracy down to the hairpin.
Paul Tracy coming down from the top of the hill makes his turn onto the pit straight. And for the 8th time in his IndyCar career, slowing down as he comes off the final corner, Paul Tracy takes the checkered flag from Nick Finoro.